Hello YouTube, Reseller Mom here. Welcome to today's video. Today I'm going over the new GTIN email and my experience with it. I don't have any great solutions right now, but I am trying a few things out and wanted to share kind of what is happening with Amazon and the GTINs, what's going on, some of the knowledge I know about it, and start to put this puzzle together. A while back ago, we interviewed the lady over at the GS1 Barcodes, and she said they are working with Amazon to clean up and help with the GTINs, because what has happened is a lot of people are just listing things under exemptions that maybe shouldn't be or whatnot, and Amazon is having a hard time controlling the listing ability of sellers and getting everything where it should be. For instance, if you have one bottle of lotion and it has a product identifier, you are supposed to use that product identifier to list that product, and that should be in the GS1 database. What is happening is if you want to list a 2-pack of this, or maybe a shower gel and a lotion together, then you need to use some sort of an exemption. And ideally, you would use a Bath & Body Works exemption for that. Well, Bath & Body Works is now upset, along with other brands out there, that their products are just being grouped up and being sold in bundles. And they are doing some changes. So I'm going to go through kind of some of the things that happen and my thoughts on it. This is by no means like legal advice or anything like that. I can only share my experiences. So I'm going to go ahead and add to my screen some of the screenshots that I have here. The first up is this is the email you should have received or may have received this week. So it just basically says, we are informing you that the listing information described below, that they are requiring GTINs on all products. You can go find them under Fix Your Products. That's one thing that they changed this week. I have to look at it when I tell you where to go, but under Inventory, manage all inventory, Fix Your Products, and go to At-Risk Listings. Invalid information is where you will find your products that were affected by this. And looking through mine, I have a name brand product, a 3-pack of product that was retail arbitrage, bundle, single pack, multi-pack, and then 2 other multi-packs that got flagged. So I got hit with, I didn't look at page 2. I got 14 hits on my account. And a lot of you might be seeing similar hits. You're like, oh my gosh, I listed off somebody else's listing. This is not my own item. Why am I getting hit with this? Well, everybody that's on that listing, because it's the listing that is getting hit, is going to be receiving this and have their products under that fix your product area. Okay, so essentially, if you were on a retail arbitrage item and it didn't have a UPC code for whatever reason, you're going to get this email and see it under there. When the person who was the author of that listing went to go and create this listing, they did it with some form of exemption, whether it was under generic, their brand, or the brand of the product. I don't know. There are certain ways you can maybe dive in to figure out what they did, but at the end of the day, who cares? We just need to clean up this problem, right? We need to fix this because come October 14th, your options, come October 14th, your options are that listing's not going to be active. So what do? You'll have to recall the product or dispose of it, send it off to liquidation, whatever you want to do with it, but you cannot sell it on that listing, which is kind of dumb. Amazon's probably going to take down those listings, and then people are going to relist that product using the GS1 barcode, and you'll have to recall your product and then put it on the new listing. That's my guess. Okay, so going through here, let's see here. I took the screenshots. See if I can remember how I put them in order here. This is my original brand approval to list exemption for the brand Bath & Body Works. I always keep these emails so that you can refer to them later if need be. I've had problems where I've gotten exempt for something and then they're like, what exemption? And I'm like, this one, here's my screenshot. So always keep that. So I just thought I'd show that to you, what it looks like when you do get an exemption. And I had dealt with the error code 5461. And if you've ever done any exemption processes, you know the error code 5461. It's pretty common. And basically, you'll get an error saying, it's error 5461. If you feel this is an error, go ahead and email Seller Central. So I email Seller Central, tell them I got this error. This is why. This is what I'm trying to do. And then I was granted the exemption. And it says kindly wait 20 or 48 hours. I've never had to wait 48 hours, but if it doesn't work, you cannot really open up the case again until that 48 hours has passed. So today I went and I looked, because normally if I already have exemption for something and I go to the exemption application page, which go to the help and type in GTIN exemption and navigate to it to the application page, you type in, you select whatever product category you want, and then the brand has to be exactly what you want. If it's generic, it's got to be spelled generic. If it's Bath and Body Works, it's got to be spelled like this. If you have Body Works as one word or the and sign instead of the and, it's a different brand in Amazon's world, which is another one of their many problems. Okay, so I went and I wanted to double check, because that's exactly what I got approved for. Bath and Body Works, capital B, capital W, 2 words. And boom, I is locked down. Locked down. So just wanted to see that and see what was going on, what it would look like. With this case in particular, I did have some of my Bath and Body Works items get flagged for this. So what I did was I opened up a case and I said, WTF, Amazon, what's going on? I have GTIN exemption. And their first response was, please provide an error screenshot. And I just want to smack them sometimes. I'm like, no, this flag is an error, not I encountered an error. Like, sometimes English is tough. English is a really rough language. Don't get me wrong. But I had to write back to him. I'm like, no. You flagging this was an error. Like, you did it. You shouldn't have done it. It's an error. Not I received an error like I have an error code. So I wrote them back, spelling that out. And what they sent me back this morning, just this morning, and today is the 20th of September. I'm going to try and push this video out, even though I'm behind on other videos, just so that this information gets out to you. This is what they wrote back to me. We've reviewed your listing and found that it's currently active, which means there's no action needed yet. Okay. Until the 14th, then it's going to be done. On the other hand, the message you received indicates that this kit, they're calling the bundle a kit, whatever, can no longer be listed without a GTIN code. In general, this happens due to the products being under the brand protection program and or that the date a GTIN code will be required to keep your product on your inventory. Again, that was... Maybe I shouldn't read it verbatim because their writing is terrible sometimes. But I get the gist of it. Basically, I am not going to be able to list bundles with the Bath and Body Works GTIN exemption. And their broad explanation is that it's now under brand protection, which might make sense. But there was a lot that got hit. Brands all over the place got hit with this in the last week. So it's not just Bath and Body. If it was just Bath and Body Works, then I'd be like, okay, the brand's locking down, I'm done. But it is lots and lots of brands going on here. So my kit or bundle has other things in it besides Bath and Body Works. So I still am not sure how to proceed because it's a bundled item and it goes by their bundled rules that it's not just one product, etc. So I'm not quite sure what's going on, how I will proceed from this, but we're going into Q4. I'm going to try not to dwell on it too much. Anyhow, what am I talking about? I wish this was bigger all the time. And this is what the error is going to look like. So in this product I'm showing you, which I've already sold out and deleted, it's a Crystal Light on the go pouch that was a great find at the Kroger stores, Smith's, Fry's, etc. And they had a big sale that they'd gone on sale anyhow. And some of the multi-packs were really good moneymakers back, gosh, I don't know, a long time ago. And this was a 3-pack of Crystal Light tea. Peach iced tea to be specific. So this is what the error, not an error code, but the error looks like. This listing will be removed if you do not respond by the due date. The ASIN GTIN codes do not match the brand associated with the ASIN. GTIN codes are reliable data that are reused to limit duplicate products in the catalog and ensure product authenticity. We verify that the authenticity of the GTINs by checking the GS1 database, and the GTINs do not match the information are considered invalid. We recommend obtaining your GTINs directly from GS1, not from third parties. We already knew that. To ensure appropriate information is reflected in the GS1 database. If you believe that these have been removed in error, that's what I emailed them about, you can email selling partner support. Repeatedly creating ASINs or brands you do not have a relationship will result in your ASIN creation abilities. So that sounds pretty scary. I don't want my ASIN creation abilities to be kibosh. That's really, really crummy. Okay, so what do you do? What do you do? At the end of the day, we want to know what do you do? So on products that I could find the ASIN, like I have it in front of me and there's the ASIN, or I could go look it up, I am making cases. My case just says, please update ASIN, blah, 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 to have the UPC code, blah, blah, blah. And we'll see. I have not, as of this morning, gotten a response. Ooh, hold on. I just did get a response. So I wish I could screenshot this. We understand your concern about the update to ensure an enjoyable shopping experience and to protect brands. It is essential we have accurate data. We ask you to provide proof of the authenticity of the GTINs using one of the following methods: a copy of the certificate issued to you by the GS1. Well, I don't have that. Proof that the legal entity on the certificate is related to your brand. I don't have that. If you're not the owner of the brand, a copy of the letter or agreement. Don't have that. So yeah, there's not a whole lot we can do. We also need you to provide some other valid forms of documentation so we can investigate. Manufacturers or publishers for books, manufacturer's catalog, high resolution pictures, high resolution photo in its original packaging. So yeah, making a case does not help, unfortunately. And that is, hold on, we got to get this down. That is no bueno. So what's going to happen is all of these ASINs will be taken down on the 14th, and then people are going to use the GS1 barcodes and remake the listings, in my opinion. I was going to go through and show you how to find a UPC. I'll go ahead and do that because it's all, we're going to need it, right? So if you are wanting to find the UPC, I just went ahead and grabbed this product that we were talking about. See how there's a mix of 10, a 2-pack, a 3-pack, and you know what? I don't think I showed the screenshot, but in one of the responses from Amazon I got, they said that you will be able to use the product's UPC code and list it and do multiples. So that is huge. You used to not be able to do that. It was like tied to one product and you could not use it again for multiples, and they are fixing that up. So that is good. So now if I wanted to list this, I could go to the store, I could get the package, I could look at the UPC, I could list it. And as long as the GS1 barcodes are registered, which Crystal Light probably does, you could go ahead and list a 3-pack and get it listed on Amazon. In theory, got to test it out this week. I've got a lot to do this week. So to find the UPC codes, what I did was I went ahead and did a good old Google search, and there's lots here. Went ahead and opened up the Fred Meyer one. Fred Meyer, luckily, posted the UPC right in its listing, which is nice. That's nice. Thank you, Fred Meyers. But what if you're like on Walmart here, and hold on, let me fix something. What if you were on Walmart? Why do you always... You know what? We're just going to sign out. I hate it. They always are like, let me do this and let me do that and let me show all of your stuff. Fix it up here. Whatever. I have several people on this account and you don't need to know my shopping cart, people. Okay, so what if your item is on Walmart and you've got the Crystal Light tea here, but there's no UPC? You're like, what do I do? What do I do? All right, I want you to hold the control button down and then U. Control U. Uh-oh. Hold on, I did this for StreamYard. Because it was over here. Okay, now I'm on the right page. Control U. And you're going to get the back-end data for a website. And then you're going to control F. And you're going to type in UPC. And boom, we now have found the UPC in the back-end coding. This is super helpful when you are like sourcing bras or clothing at Kohl's and you need to find the UPC code. They just don't put it anywhere, and trying to do a keyword find and like match up the right size and the right color, and was this salmon color or orange color or whatever, and trying to figure out what the UPC code is. It's just easier to look at the back end data. I do that all the time when I am looking for things and finding things and whatnot. So go ahead and just, again, it's Control U. On a Mac, I don't know what it is on a Mac. I imagine it's Command U, but I'm guessing on that. So if you know what it is for a Mac, go ahead and leave it down below. Finding the UPC, is just one step, and we're going to have to just start listing with more barcodes. That's why I'm encouraging everybody to go to the GTIN exemption application page and apply for generics, because then you have a backup in, pardon me, been talking too much this morning. But if you get GTIN exempt for generic, then you can create bundles, but they have to be pretty generic bundles, which does help out for seasonal. We've got Christmas right around the corner. So if you want to throw some Christmas items together, some wrapping paper bundles or something like that, having that GTIN exemption for generic, get it now before they nerf that, folks. I would get that under your belt before they nerf that. As far as associating the GS1 barcode with the products that are currently in there, I'm at a loss because they won't do it without all this extra documentation, which is just silly. Let me see if I can screenshot this for you guys. Yeah, let's see here. Give me a new. Go like that. There we go. Now I can blow it up maybe. There you go. Oh, you guys don't see it. Haha. There we go. So this is what they just wrote me a couple minutes ago while we were filming here. All this garbage that they want. I mean, this is ridiculous. A copy of the legal agreement? No. You need to also provide these valid forms, the manufacturer, the catalog, high resolution pictures. I mean, high resolution photos are not that hard, to be honest. But, this is just, and I got the top part here. The top part is even more. So hold on, we'll go like this. And we'll go like this. So this is the top part of the message, which, if you're the brand owner, great. If you're not the brand owner, you have to have a copy of the legal agreement stating that you are using it in valid forms. Okay, well, I'm never going to get that from any of these brands that we're talking about, right? They're not going to give me a letter that states that I'm using their GS1 codes properly. Oh, Amazon. It really just floors me because they're really kicking themselves in the foot, because there are thousands of listings that do not have proper GS1 barcodes associated with them, that are multi-packs or double packs or whatnot, that are going to be taken down. And then it's obviously stuff that's selling. I mean, some of the ranks on the ones that I got flagged for are like really fast moving products. And I don't know, maybe the owner can fix them. You guys will have to tell me if you are the owner of that listing, can you go add in a product identifier? Because as far as I know, the things that you cannot change when you create a listing is the product identifier and the brand. So they're going to be taken down on the 14th, and we'll just have to recreate the listings with the proper GS1s. I don't know what else to say, guys. If anybody else has any insight, anything to add, anything they've tried, please, please, please put it in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. Take care. Have a great day.